a hush falling over the crowd. Years of work poured into this moment right here.
In order to achieve greatness, we must first believe in ourselves. And when boundaries are broken, it inspires others to believe.
Casey Catanzaro really took this sport to another level for women. I feel incredibly inspired.
I'm gonna be the first mom to hit that buzzer.
Tonight, Mighty Casey returns.
Getting ready for this next season has definitely put a lot more pressure on me. I'm ready to come in there and do it. I'm confident that I can finish that course again.
Followed by an army of believers.
I will be the first amputee to make it up that wall.
If I can face death, come out, run this obstacle, and beat that also, I will be an inspiration to millions of people.
Look at this! Oh! We just witnessed history!
Welcome to Houston, Texas, home of the Rockets, the Astros, and NASA. But tonight, all eyes will be on the stars of American Ninja Warrior. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Eisman, alongside former NFL defensive end Akbar Bajabiamila. We have an incredibly talented field here in Houston, and Akbar, there is one competitor everybody's waiting to see.
That's right, Matt. And of course, that is the sensation, Casey Catanzaro. Last year, she became a national hero, and tonight, the pressure's on to do it all again. But Casey's not the only one here in Houston. Her boyfriend, Brent Stephenson, went further than anyone in competition 3 years ago. Now he's ready for redemption after last year's shocking exit. And this may be the next Ninja superstar. People in Houston say Daniel Gill is an absolute phenom, and he's finally old enough to compete.
Now, if any of these athletes want to guarantee that they'll move on to the city finals, they'll need to complete tonight's qualifying course. For more on that, let's go down to Christine Leahy.
Thanks, Matt. Well, of the 6 obstacles we'll see here tonight at Houston qualifying, 3 of them are brand new and have never been seen before on American Ninja Warrior. It all starts right here at the quintuple steps. Competitors must run across 5 angled platforms without touching the water. Next is a new obstacle, the tilting slider. Athletes grab 2 handles and work their way up the angled track until it pivots. Then they'll slide down, transition to a pole 6 feet away, and swing to safety. From there, it's the spinning log. Competitors have to maintain their balance as they move across an 18-foot pole that rotates under their feet. Then it's our second new obstacle, cargo crossing. Athletes use a springboard to jump to a pivoting cargo net. They'll have to use upper body strength and grip to climb to the other side, and then have to make a 6-foot swing to a trapeze bar. From there, it's the third new obstacle, the swinging spikes. Competitors must navigate a series of hanging spikes. Some swing side to side, some move forward and back, and others drop straight down on a bungee. From there, they hit the infamous 14-foot warped wall. If they finish the course, they're guaranteed a spot in the Houston City Finals. Matt and Akbar, back to you.
Thanks, Christine. Well, kicking off tonight's competition, a 42-year-old software engineer from Austin, Texas, Ian Wagoner. Over 50,000 athletes applied for the chance to run our course this year. For those lucky few who were chosen to compete, getting the news can be a life-changing experience.
There's no better show than American Ninja Warrior to watch with your kids. My daughter Kate is a huge fan of the show. And so I realized, what if I could get on that show and she could watch me on the show? Wouldn't that be awesome? So when the opportunity came up, I jumped at it. My family was so pumped that I even auditioned for the show, and then I got the call.
Oh, yeah, baby, yeah! Wow!
When I told Kate, it felt like she was going to break things.
I'm gonna be on the show.
She's actually been more excited than me.
We have to start training right now!
I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to go back home if I don't do well on the course. I've got a lot of people coming down here to watch this now. It's kind of been built up, but I think I'm gonna do really well and make my family proud.
And there she is. That's Ian's daughter, Kate, on the right. And the rest of the Wagner clan, they drove over from Austin to see Dad compete. 42 years old. Don't underestimate his arm strength. This is a guy who learned to arm wrestle while visiting his uncle and now makes money doing it.
And he does it on the side, too, and he's real strong. When you watch his submission video, you can tell he's taking out guys that are bigger and younger than him.
We'll need that strength on the tilting slider, the first of our new obstacles here in Houston.
Yeah, you better have really good depth perception here, good spatial awareness. Ian Wagner.
Oh, sliding down, but
hold on.
I like it. A good push-off, good recovery, good presence of mind out of the rookie. Look at him. He is celebrating, and the orange support for Ian Wagner going crazy.
Now he stares down the 14-foot spinning log. This is the guy who's running 14 Austin City marathons, so maybe 14's his lucky number.
Takes it right there in the sternum.
The barrier broke, but he does not. Ian Wagner fighting through. Don't underestimate it. This man is powerful.
What a save there. His feet were just inches from hitting the padding, but he held on.
Now we get our first look at the cargo crossing. You have to springboard up to the first bar, then navigate across the 8-foot cargo net. Just a brutal test of strength and endurance.
Akbar, this is a gutty performance out of the 42-year-old.
This is knee brace and all. I don't care. Rock it like you're old school.
So much give on that net, and it's that slack that just wears you down. So taxing on the muscles.
After all that work, he needs to muster up the strength to make this 6-foot transition.
Oh! Ian Wagner just runs out of power there on the cargo crossing.
And just let go way too early down here. You want to swing all your momentum up and let go of the cargo net when it's up here. Technique is critical on this obstacle.
Too tired. This is so much fun.
Next up is CJ Michael, a 30-year-old zookeeper from Tulsa, Oklahoma. CJ works with apes when he's on the job. But when it comes to tackling obstacles, this guy's an animal.
I'm CJ Michael, and I'm a primate keeper here at the Tulsa Zoo in Oklahoma. I'm probably the most physically capable primate keeper here. Working in the chimps enclosure actually helps me a lot because most of the things that they have on their exhibit are very similar to some of the obstacles that are on the course. I climb around putting food in tubes. Chimpanzees realize it's not going to be just low, they're going to have to climb up and find things. So it is rewarding for me, and it's good exercise for them as well. Chimpanzees are a great inspiration. They would do awesome on a Ninja Warrior course. They're really quick and agile, so I kind of try to think of myself that way a little bit. I'd like to compete on American Ninja Warrior because I am very competitive, and most of all, I don't like to know that I can't do things. I know this kind of sounds silly, but I'd like to prove myself to the chimpanzees.
The Tulsa Zoo is well represented here. Two other zookeepers, Evan Newfer and Tom Mortimer, gonna run later, but right now out here supporting CJ. At 155 pounds, CJ weighs about the same as a large chimp. He's the official chimp tester, climbs all the new obstacles at the zoo, make sure they can hold the weight of a full-grown chimp.
Well, that should prepare him well for this course.
CJ says his passion for apes started when he first saw Jungle Book as a kid. And those Jungle Book skills will get a good test here on the tilting slider. Really kicking that lower body to move the slider along the track. Now for that tricky transition. Oh! And the tilting slider takes out its first victim.
A nice dismount off the slider, but if you look closely, his top hand actually slipped off the pole when he tried to grab it. This is going to be a tough obstacle for a lot of people.
Just slipped. Had my hands on it. Slipped down.
Well, up next is Jeremiah Morgan, a 25-year-old minister from Pass Christian, Mississippi. You may remember him from his electrifying run in Dallas last year, or you may remember his family. There's his dad, Mark, and brother Joshua. The Morgan men train together, live under the same roof, and they're all competing tonight here in Houston. Up first is Jeremiah, who had the fastest time in the Dallas finals last year. I love the Morgan family, but if you're going to choose just one of them to put your money on, it's got to be Jeremiah. This guy is an impressive athlete.
I'm expecting big things from him tonight. I'm expecting him to put on a clinic.
Wow, great transition. And across the spinning log with ease and right up into the cargo crossing. Didn't even stop. An aggressive approach, I like it. But not using his lower body here, Akbar.
Oh boy, he must have a lot of confidence in his upper body strength here, because he went all arms on that one.
And he is stuck here. Look at that. Phenomenal strength. This is a guy who won state championships in high school wrestling back in Mississippi, so he's used to escaping tough spots like this one. Whoa, what a save! Oh my goodness!
Hold up, let me see that again. His knees were just inches from the water, and when he landed, he just smacked his face. Whoa!
Now he'll be the first to move on to the fifth obstacle, the swinging spikes. The spikes rotate 360 degrees, some hanging from bungees. Just a brutal test of upper body and grip strength. Well, if he gets through this, we will know the level of his strength.
Now he's going to 6.
Well, look at this.
Oh, boy, you got to get past 7.
Not even slowing down.
Know what 8 is going to give you.
Oh! Well, that was unexpected, but got to the fifth obstacle very quickly. Jeremiah Morgan could still move on to the city finals if we don't have 30 finishers. Tonight, here's what's coming up. Her magical run last year made her a national hero.
It's gonna be pretty hard to top last season.
Now, Casey Catanzaro tries to do it all again. Plus, he's won gymnastics medals at the Olympics, but John Horton camped out for a week here in Houston.
I was like, I'm walking on.
And this amazing amputee isn't here to earn your respect. He's here to win.
My name is AT3, and I'm gonna finish this course.
And up next, she's dominated the other obstacle courses.
I'm the #1 female Spartan racer in the world.
Now Rose Wetzel makes her debut on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to the qualifying round of American Ninja Warrior in Houston, Texas. While we were away, 3 more competitors got their chance on the course. 21-year-old local college student Jake Goldstein got a hard lesson on the quintuple steps. Belly flopping into the water. 2 more members of the Tulsa Zoo crew also took their shot. Evan Newfer, a 25-year-old who runs the elephant habitat, completely whiffed at the pole. Tom Mortimer, head of the bird sanctuary, had a nice flight to the pole, but lost his grip and got a bird bath of his own. On the course right now, a 34-year-old youth fitness specialist from Plano, Texas, Karsten Williams. Karsten's a well-known ninja veteran, having completed both the qualifying and finals courses in Dallas last year. Shoots right through that. There's Karsten's mom, Linda, here to support her son, as always.
A little baseball slider. I didn't know he had a little baseball in this game.
A good slide into second, and he's safe. But this is the part where it starts getting a little more complex for the bigger guys. 6'1", 175. Karsten, a decent amount of mass to carry through this course, and he's going to the middle of the cargo net.
He's going to the middle of the cargo net, and he's not. Now he's implementing the lower body, but he might have used a little bit too much of his upper body strength. He's in trouble. He's in trouble, Matt.
This is a guy who used to smoke cigarettes, eat fast food at every meal until 10 years ago, dedicated himself to fitness, and you can see the results. Works with the Samaritan Inn, a homeless shelter, to get people back on their feet. Going with the cross grip approach here, Akbar.
Matt, he's got to get a lot more momentum here on the swing, or he's not going to travel up. That's
I'm amazed he held on.
Wow. I don't know how he did that.
Karsten says he's intensified his rock climbing this past year, which should serve him well here. He is struggling,
That's
Akbar.
a lot. Oh, yeah, he's not going to make it. You start doing that, you better hold on for dear life, Karsten. Karsten got to get up high, keep his L's, get your L's, engage your biceps, do something, fight for your life.
And you could just see it couldn't hold on to that 6th spike.
Take a look. When he grabbed that 6th spike, his right hand just slid off. He tried to regroup, but couldn't. Hands down, splash down.
Felt good up there. It was just slippery. It's slippery.
Up next, a competitor I am excited to watch. This is 33-year-old Rose Wetzel. She's the #1 ranked female obstacle course racer in the world. She's making her debut on American Ninja Warrior. Nakbar, all I can say is, watch out.
After 16 years of racing on the track, on the road, cross-country trail racing, a friend of mine said, hey, you should try a Spartan race. And he said, oh, she's either gonna love this or hate it. And I was done, and I was like, that was awesome. I want to do another one. And I've just been hooked since. Spartan races combine the running plus the absolute strength. It's a challenge for anybody. I'm currently the top-ranked female Spartan racer in the world. I feel like I've reached the height of the Spartan world, the endurance world, and I want a new challenge. I always will be a runner, but I'm strong too. I can climb and have good grip strength too. I would love to just nail an entire American Ninja Warrior course. It would be something I would be proud of for the rest of my life, for sure.
Already this season, we've seen impressive performances from Jessie Graff in Venice and Megan Martin in Kansas City. I think Rose is the next woman in line to make a name for herself.
But remember, she's never been on any of these obstacles before. She may be a little careful at first.
A lot of times we talk about toughness in this competition. Rose epitomizes it. She ran into barbed wire in a race, punctured her biceps, stabbed her stomach, and still finished the race. As fellow Spartan racer Cassidy Watton cheering her on.
And look at her. She's saying, I see you, tilting slider. You're mine.
Love the enthusiasm out of Wetzel. He's the 8th of 9 children growing up, so I'd assume in that household, you have to have a sense of humor and be tough. Great job out of Wetzel. She ran track at Georgetown University. She's got speed.
And look at her, Matt. She's down in her sprint position. Oh, look at that.
This Houston crowd is loving every minute of this run. This is what they came to see. And right to the cargo net.
That's a huge jolt.
Rose is 5'5", 120. Very small, but 20% bigger than someone like Casey Catanzaro, and that makes navigating this cargo net a little more taxing. Now keep in mind, Spartan racing, a different type of obstacle course racing than here in American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, Spartan racing is more about endurance, while American Ninja Warrior requires more upper body strength.
This is a very difficult transition, especially doesn't have a gymnastics background. Oh! And Rose Wetzel goes down on the cargo crossing. Strong run to that point, and she is keeping that smile going.
Rose is an incredible athlete, but she just didn't have enough grip strength here. Trying to build up some momentum for the transition, her hands just give way, and she fell backwards into the water.
Let's go to Christine, who's standing by with Rose.
Rose, I love the enthusiasm that you've got. Tell me what's bringing on this smile on your face.
Oh, I mean, this is just an awesome experience. Like, how lucky am I to be out here right now doing what I love to do, which is just crazy stuff. Like obstacles, and the crowd here is awesome. Thanks, you guys. Could totally feel the energy, and just excited about how I did, and yeah.
I am loving your smile and your energy. We're just happy campers down here.
Thank you.
Coming up.
There's Big Mouth.
It's a dirty job, but this ninja does it.
My kids are always, Daddy, you stink.
Plus, Brent Stephenson was once the top competitor, but after last year's shocking exit,
Oh my goodness!
he's ready for a comeback.
I've been waiting all year for this.
When American Ninja Warrior returns.
Oh my goodness! Casey Catanzaro has done it!
And who can forget that moment? Casey Catanzaro making history last year. And tonight she makes her return. Right now she's down with Christine in the Palm warm-up zone.
Guys, I am here with the one and only Casey Catanzaro. Casey, you've had a chance to look at the course tonight. A lot of people going out on that tilting slider. What concerns you?
It looks like it's pretty tough to get it started, and then there's a really aggressive drop. Hold on tight, and I'm gonna have to do a really big swing to reach that pole.
Well, we all know you're 5 feet tall. You've been training forever for this. Is your height gonna be an issue on anything?
I've just always had to approach things a little bit differently, and I know I'll find my way through it.
Okay, well, we look forward to watching your run out there, as always. Casey, thanks for joining us. Guys, back to you.
Next on the starting block, another incredibly inspirational competitor. This is Daniela Bright. Originally from England, she's now a teacher here in Houston. And after what Daniela's been through, just standing at the start line is a victory.
Almost a year ago, I found a lump on my breast, and that's when I got the diagnosis of an aggressive stage 3 breast cancer, which by that point had already spread. From that day, it was non-stop hospital visits every day. They wanted to do more surgeries, they wanted to do chemo. Basically, all I could describe it as just like death every day. And that's when we heard the first words of American Ninja Warrior.
American Ninja Warrior!
It was really inspiring to watch. I remember saying to my husband, Chris, that when the treatment's finished, I'm going to apply for that show. I never thought I'd be here, and I feel like I'm just closing the doors from what was, say, the biggest fight in my life, which was beating cancer. I've already won, so I'm already fit and healthy, and it's a privilege to be stepping out on that course.
Just incredible to think that only a few months ago she was going through chemo, and now here she is at our starting line. There's her mom and her husband, a lot of students all here to see this. And there's Casey Catanzaro, who's taken a front row seat for this run. Casey's one of the people who inspired her to come out here. And here we go, the first steps for Daniela Bright.
Well, before the cancer, Daniela was an MMA competitor, so you know she's got some fight in her.
Just a few months ago, couldn't even take 2 steps without help. Told us just wanted to get on this course and oh!
That's okay, Daniela. That's a win in my book.
Way to get out there, girl!
Well, you see the tears, and what an emotional moment. And just taking that step is a big victory. Big congrats, Daniela.
Next up on the platform, another Ninja Warrior rookie, 41-year-old Dustin Rogers from Clinton, Mississippi. While Dustin's job is a little fishy, he is determined to scale the warped wall.
I'm a fisheries biologist with the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries and Parks. It's our responsibility to monitor and manage the fisheries here in the state of Mississippi. We sample all our state lakes. 26.5 pounds. We record lengths and weights and species. That is a big crappie right there. That's a white crappie. And so that gives us a better understanding of the overall fish population. It can be a pretty messy job. A lot of slime and a lot of fish blood occasionally. It's hot, it's humid. Well, a lot of days I come home smelling like fish. My kids are always just, "Daddy, you stink."
5, 6, 7, 8.
I've tried to maintain a fairly good level of fitness, and I try to involve my kids in it as much as I can. See you climb that wall.
My daughters and I started watching American Ninja Warrior and got really into it. It looked like something that I would do.
I'm the kind of person that I like these kind of challenges. I'm definitely comfortable in and around water, but I want to stay as far away from it as I can in Houston.
Dustin's wife Angie and daughters Madison and Emma made the trip from Mississippi to watch Dad run tonight. One of the great things about American Ninja Warriors, we get people from all walks of life and all different occupations. Dustin Rogers has one of the most unique jobs we've ever seen.
He's 41 years old, but he has the athletic skills to hang with some of the younger guys out here.
In addition to his work on the water, Dustin also travels around the country talking to school kids about conservation techniques and protecting the environment. Now for the tilting slider, which has already taken out a number of competitors tonight.
And he knows this, Matt. He's being real deliberate here.
He's 5'9", 160.
Very interesting that we haven't seen many competitors ride the momentum here.
We haven't seen one do it.
Oh, barely
amazing that he held on. Well, this is the guy.
Go!
He took first place 2 years in a row in pole climbing for the Southern Forestry Association's conclave, and I think that pole climbing experience saved him there, Akbar. Look at the smiles on his daughters, Emma and Madison. You know, they were so inspired by Casey Catanzaro. He wanted to come out here and compete for them, show them their daddy could do it, and nice footwork. And look at this, the 41-year-old putting together a nice run.
Hey, look, at 41, I'm still an athlete, young ones. He's telling his kids I can do it.
Hung up there, had that left arm wrapped around.
Engage your feet right now, right away.
Considering the amount of time Dustin spends handling fishnets on the job, you think he'd sail through this obstacle.
Tick-tock, the time is ticking here on the cargo crossing. It will zap you. Get off this cargo.
And you can see he dropped his body to try to make the transition to the bar. That was all upper body, all grip strength. Is that going to come back to haunt him?
Matt, at 5'9", remember, he's traveling 6 feet here to make this lache. This is a huge transition, not to mention he's got to travel up to make the connection. Land it. Oh!
Hung up, didn't let go with one hand. Ends up wet. Dustin Rogers goes out, but look at his daughters still smiling for daddy.
On the dismount from the cargo crossing, Dustin tried to grab the bar with his right hand first, but you'll see he overshot the bar and hit it with his wrist and was unable to grab it with his fingers.
Up next, he's training for the next Olympics. But first, John Horton wants to make history in Houston.
I'm gonna be the shortest guy to ever make it up that warped wall.
And later, it's the return of Mighty Casey. Can she top last year's run?
The pressure does get a little overwhelming.
It's all coming up on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. Our coverage tonight is brought to you in part by our friends at Palm Wonderful. While we were away, the two other members of the Morgan clan from past Christiane, Mississippi, took their shot at the course. Dad Mark, the 55-year-old patriarch, walked out like an old man.
Oh, he's putting on a show.
Waved to the family, then waved bye-bye on the spinning log.
Oh, wow.
His son Joshua, 27-year-old medical assistant, didn't even make it that far, surprising everyone by splashing down on the quintuple steps. Our next competitor is 29-year-old John Horton. He is a world-class gymnast who won 2 medals at the 2008 Olympics, and he's planning to go to the 2016 games next year. Despite his storied career on Team USA, John actually had to fight for a spot in tonight's competition.
Last season, I competed in the qualifying round in Dallas. I fell on the 5th obstacle, the ring toss, which is fairly ironic given the fact that one of my specialties in gymnastics is the rings. So I was pretty embarrassed by it, and this season, I didn't receive a call. I didn't make it. So this year, I showed up and just camped out in the walk-on line. As an Olympic medalist, it was kind of weird being in the walk-on line because everybody kept coming up to me and they were like, John, what are you doing in the walk-on line? And I was like, I'm trying out for American Ninja Warrior like you guys. I need to prove to everybody that I can do this. I've done gymnastics now for 25 years, and I don't get the same adrenaline rush anymore like I used to. And that's what American Ninja Warrior has given me. When my walk-on number was called, it was just a moment of relief. I just want another shot at it.
There, John's parents, Robert and Margot, made the short 10-minute drive over to see the course from their home right here in Houston. Jonathan Horton, just 29 years old, which sounds young, but he's actually the oldest current competing gymnast in the country. This is a man who's had 4 surgeries in the past 3 years. It's amazing he's out here, Akbar.
But he says he's 100% healthy now. No excuses.
As we've seen with Casey, we know gymnasts so well suited to this great body control. At the 2008 Olympics, John won a bronze team medal and a silver in the high bars. So you think this dismount off the tilting slider would be a piece of cake.
Wow! That's the way you're supposed to do it. That's textbook right there.
That was very impressive. He shot right through it. I don't even know if he needed to grab the pole. Gymnast so good with dismounts and great with balance. Look at that.
It helps only being 125 pounds. USA, you hear the USA chant. They know who he is.
Well, after this competition, there's no resting for this guy either. John says he's heading right back to training, getting ready for the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil.
Well, he needs to get his legs working here, too. Too much stress being put on his upper body here.
Well, gymnasts, so confident in their upper body strength and that strength-to-weight ratio at 5'1" and 128, but this course can tax you out.
As you said, he's only 5'1", and that's a 6-foot gap to the bar.
Woo!
Did that look like he was in the Olympics?
Wow!
Look at that!
At 5'1", that was a long dismount.
If somebody knows how to lâcher, it's Jonathan Horton.
You'll remember he fell on the ring toss, the 5th obstacle in Dallas qualifying last season. So the swinging spikes, our 5th obstacle here in Houston, will be a test.
Well, the key here is to pick up your momentum right away. Get that swinging pendulum motion and move quickly.
Look at that upper body strength.
Hey, look at him.
Great job
He
preloading
made it past that bungee.
He's looking like his arms are starting to give out a little bit, Akbar.
No, Matt, he's not giving out. He's going through it right now.
And he's got it.
On a night when Casey Catanzaro, the shortest woman ever to scale the warp wall, is the main attraction, wouldn't it be fitting if John Horton could become the shortest man ever to do it at just 5 feet 1 inch?
Height is just a number. This dude has everything he needs to make it up this wall.
Unfinished business.
Oh!
Comes up short.
He's traveling almost 3 times his height right now. He just needs a little bit more explosion.
2 more attempts for Horton. Spent a week in the walk-on line.
And Horton has done it what he couldn't do last year. He hits that button.
John Horton becomes our first finisher of the night. And at 5'1", the shortest man ever to scale the warp wall.
How's this compare to the silver medal?
This is way scarier.
Scarier than the silver medal.
Well, you're moving on to the city finals. Congratulations,
There
Jonathan.
you go, man. Big dog. Let's take a look at John's footwork for a second. In his first try, you can see his right foot slip out from underneath him. On the second, he made the adjustment and really planted that right foot, exploding up the last few feet and getting to the top. When size is an issue, it's all about technique, and John showed that tonight.
Right now, he's standing by with Christine.
Now, did you feel like as a walk-on this year, you just had something to prove?
Yeah, I was a little frustrated when I didn't get a call back for the show, and I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, and I wanted to redeem myself from last year. I had surgery 2 months before I did the course last year, and I was weak, and I wanted to redeem myself and show myself that I could get through this at full strength. And I did it, and I'm really excited.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
John Horton becomes our first finisher tonight in Houston, but there's a lot more action yet to come. Coming up, he was once the king of the ninja world. Now Brent Stephenson wants to regain the crown.
Don't call it a comeback.
Plus, last year this mom was on the sidelines. Now Cassandra Dortch is getting in the game.
I'm gonna be the first mom to hit that buzzer.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to the qualifying round of American Ninja Warrior here in beautiful Houston, Texas. While we were away, two-time Ninja Warrior veteran Joey Zavala, sporting his trademark face paint, made a splash on the tilting slider.
Are you kidding me?
Let's hope that makeup was waterproof. 30-year-old account manager Dustin Ray managed to get through the tilting slider, only to take a direct shot to his most important clients, on the spinning log. And Max Grocky, a senior auditor from Fort Worth, Texas, got his foot caught in the cargo crossings net.
Oh, he's in trouble now.
But refused to quit. After hanging there for 2 minutes, he eventually had to be released by our support crew. Well, next up, a 30-year-old from Katy, Texas, making his 3rd appearance on American Ninja Warrior, physical therapist Jonathan Parr. Jonathan's never made it up the warp wall in qualifying, but he's taken his experience on other obstacles and put it to use in helping others.
As a physical therapist, I work with anyone with a neurological injury, so a brain injury, a spinal cord injury, a stroke. So I started thinking about how can I transform the American Ninja Warrior into a recovery program. One of my clients, Damien, suffered a spinal cord injury about 3 years ago. He's now embarked on my recovery program. When I first saw him, he had no use of his legs whatsoever, no movement.
Jonathan works wonders for my recovery, to be honest with you. Moving forward, as I'm trying to get my butt, back, and legs stronger for the walking process, he makes a big difference for me day to day.
So reach, shift. Damian really hasn't limited himself on what he can do. You know, if I can't do it, I'll work for it. Now I need to apply those same principles in my life. I've been training as hard as I can possibly train for the past year, and I'm confident that I'll complete the course.
And there's Damian, along with Jonathan's girlfriend and parents. Jonathan originally got into physical therapy years ago when his sister was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Watching her go through rehab inspired him to go into that field, and now he's helping others, like Damian.
Well, he's 5'6", 132 pounds, and that's a good body type for a lot of these obstacles.
Remember, this is Jonathan's third year competing, but never made it up the warp wall. See if he can get that far tonight. Big swings here on the tilting slider. And got that transition, he's through. Big crowd out here tonight to see Jonathan's run, and they are loving what they're seeing. See his shirt there, the Flying Squirrel. It's a nickname his friends gave him after seeing him train.
I love this guy's style. Look at his haircut. You can see there he's got A&W7 shaved right into his hair.
And a head-first slide across the lawn.
Safe. This is where being a smaller guy is a benefit.
Looking very methodical here. You can tell he's thinking about every move. Very intelligent guy. Jonathan actually invented a special walker for people with spinal cord injuries. It's on its way into production. Though he is inventive, obviously putting a lot of thought into this cargo crossing.
Easy, wiping his hands. You got to be careful. Every single second you spend on that cargo makes it harder to make the transition.
He makes it. Good job out of par.
And Matt, that wasn't easy. At 5'6", that's very, very challenging.
He is pounding the mats. Get himself fired up as he's staring down the fifth obstacle.
The shirt is coming off. Oh, it just got real up in here tonight. He's trying to get as much oxygen and blood flowing through his wrist, his arms, his biceps. He's going to need all of it to make it through.
Last year in Dallas qualifying, Jonathan fell on the ring toss, the fifth obstacle. Does not want history to repeat itself here tonight. Very methodical here on the spikes, but look at those wide eyes. His energy may be getting depleted here, needs to keep moving.
Now, this is the time when you start mapping out your dismount. Those arms are burning, the back muscles are shaking. There it is.
And John Parr breathes a huge sigh of relief. Only one more obstacle until he punches his ticket to the city finals here in Houston. But Jonathan's never made it up the warp wall. 2 years ago, failed on it in Denver.
Well, it's payback time, Jonathan.
And he's done it!
That's it.
And he's looking back to Damian with a smile. He's excited. And for the first time in 3 years, Parr hits the buzzer. What a celebration, so hard-earned. I love the enthusiasm.
Well, first, let's go back to that slide at the end of the spinning log. Looks like he was going into second base. And then he makes it up the wall to become our second finisher of the night.
Well, a lot more still to come, including the return of those two, Brent Stephenson and Casey Catanzaro. Brent's run is now moments away. And up later, accountant by day, ninja by night. Jill Lancaster is ready to shatter your expectations.
When people see me, they think, is she really competing on this show?
Plus, get ready for the arrival of Daniel Gill. He looks like Kenny G, but he can sing like Pavarotti. This opera singer may be the next ninja superstar. His debut coming up on American Ninja Warrior. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior in Houston, Texas. Up next on the platform, he's a returning competitor better known by the nickname the Human Panther. He's Anthony Scott, a 31-year-old corrections officer from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Anthony ran in the Denver qualifying last year, got all the way to the 5th obstacle, but it's a run that still haunts him to this day.
I was coming down on the devil steps. When I got to the last step, I was stepping up on the platform and my back foot dropped and it tapped the water.
Wow! What? Are you kidding me?
I got disqualified.
Absolute heartbreak for Anthony Scott.
It felt like all my hard work had went down the drain over a small mistake.
No!
What I've been doing in my training is I keep my feet up with everything I do. So it's a mental reminder of how not to make that same mistake again.
He's a man on a mission tonight. Definitely wins the award for the most intimidating outfit. As he did last year, Anthony's wearing the Panther shirt and mask. Got the nickname the Human Panther from an inmate at the jail where he works.
But he's actually a Gator. He played safety at the University of Florida when Urban Meyer was the head coach.
Now works at a jail in Albuquerque with 3 kids at home. Doesn't get a lot of time to train, but right now the Human Panther has a good run going through this course. One of the fastest to this point.
Ooh, showing off some football moves there on the spinning log.
And he's wasting no time. Only had 2 finishers so far tonight. Remember, if there aren't 30 finishers, then we round out the top 30 with whoever goes the farthest, the fastest. That's probably why Anthony's setting a mean pace here.
But he's all arms on this cargo net. He's not using his legs at all, and that will wear your upper body out. That's dangerous.
Now the 6-foot swing to the final bar. And one more leap for Anthony Scott. And he's got it. Now Anthony Scott facing the 5th obstacle, the swinging spikes. Remember, it was the devil steps, the 5th obstacle in Denver qualifying last year that knocked him out when his toe touched the water. 5'10", only 160 pounds, good strength to weight ratio, and has a nice rhythm going right now.
This is where the arms really start to burn. Don't lock up now.
This was just where he went out last year.
Oh, he's going for his jailbreak right here. There it is.
And the exact same thing.
Oh, no.
On the 5th obstacle, he hit the landing pad, but his foot touches the water, and that has to be the worst case of deja vu for Anthony Scott.
Wow, just like last year, he just miscalculated the landing. He expected to drop straight down to the pad, and instead, his left leg dropped right in the water. Another wet toe for Anthony Scott.
Let's go down to Christine, who's with Anthony in the Palm warm-up zone.
Anthony, I know that this has to be heartbreaking for you 2 years in a row to go out the same way, and I can see you have a lot of emotions going on. Can you explain to me what you're feeling? Can you bring yourself to say anything? I know this is really hard.
Of course, you can see it's disappointing. I mean, it's the 2nd year. Fell out on the same thing, hit the water. When I was on the nunchuck, I was spinning and looking at the platform, and I thought I had enough momentum to get to it, and I didn't. So, I mean, I fell.
All right, Anthony, there is a little bit of hope for you. If you went far enough, fast enough, we could still see you in the city finals.
I hope so. It'll give me a chance to redeem myself.
All right, Anthony, fingers crossed. Guys.
Thanks, Christine. Another heartbreaking exit for Anthony Scott. Up next, one of the most anticipated runs of the night, 33-year-old Brent Stephenson. For the last year, he's been supporting girlfriend Casey Catanzaro in her success. But let's not forget, Brent Stephenson was once the top ninja in this competition.
Oh, he's got it. One transition left.
After making history in season 4.
He's got it! The first American ever to defeat the ultimate cliffhanger.
It's like the higher you climb, the farther you fall. Last season in Dallas, I took a look at the ring toss and I figured I could just muscle through it. But you just can't muscle through things. You really got to use technique.
Stephenson's in trouble. Oh my goodness.
When Brent went down early, it was just devastating.
Everyone here is in shock right now.
Dang, man. If you're in this game long enough, you will be humbled by the course. You just got to learn to use those failures as stepping stones for success. This season, I've really stepped up my grip strength training, and I can just feel my grip just getting stronger every day. And I think this year is my year for redemption.
And right now, it's a nervous-looking Casey who's the cheerleader. Brent's friends also here wearing the shirts with Brent's trademark Shaka hand sign. And he is on the course last year. Such a disappointing run. Such a bittersweet year. Got to watch his girlfriend make history, but then goes out in the ring toss. So this is a huge run for his psyche and his Ninja Warrior future.
Well, Brent's 33 years old, and he wants to prove that he's not past his prime.
And there it is.
Right now, he's on the move.
And he powers through it. And right into
he's going right for it. This looks like the old Brent Stephenson. Matt, he's back.
Aside from all the appearances Casey had to make this past year, she and Brent also became managing partners at their gym, Alpha Warrior in San Antonio. A lot going on for this power couple.
Beautiful transition. You can tell he's feeling it.
Playing to the crowd.
And he remains one of the fan favorites.
Look at that technique.
Look at that. Look, it takes time. Everybody gets their time to shine.
Well, so far he has the fastest time to this point, but Brent doesn't want to leave anything to chance.
He's back to his old self, man. He's back to his old self now. Watch out, that last one is tricky.
Oh, he's got it. And Casey's going crazy.
A familiar friend. It's called the warped wall here.
And there it is. Back to a familiar spot. Brent Stephenson.
I love you guys.
Hey, Brent.
I love you guys.
Hey, are you back?
I'm back, baby.
Hey, he's back.
There's a year-long wait for that moment. Congratulations, Brent Stephenson back where he belongs. One of the greats.
That was vintage Stephenson. He sprinted through the course and up the wall. By far the fastest finisher of the night. And at the end, the Shakas come out.
Let's go down to Christine, who's with Brent.
Casey, come on in, come on in. Brent, you did that really fast. Was speed the strategy there?
You know, it was not. I just, I like to keep a good pace, but I don't like to, rush it. So I just kind of did my thing and played around and just made sure I took my time, but not, too much.
Casey, this guy's a pro, but you looked so nervous the whole time. What were you thinking?
I don't think I was nervous. I almost lost my voice. I was just so excited. I literally almost fainted. Every time he made it through something, it's not that I was surprised. I was just so excited that I was just screaming.
Brent, any words of encouragement or advice for Casey? She's going to go pretty soon.
Just go big, baby. Have fun. Do your thing. You can do this. No problem. Just get it done, babe.
Congrats and good luck. Guys, back to you.
So Ninja legend Brent Stephenson returns to a place he's familiar with, the top spot on our leaderboard. But there's a lot of talent yet to take this course. Coming up, he makes amazing moves on the football field with a prosthetic leg. Now, Artist Thompson III's ready for a bigger challenge.
You're not gonna believe what I can do.
But up next, this mom's ready to make Ninja Warrior a family affair.
My husband had his shot, now it's my turn.
How Cassandra Dortch went from fan to ferocious competitor when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to the Lone Star State, where we're about halfway through the qualifying round. And we've had a sudden run of athletes all going out on the same obstacle. The tilting slider. Akbar, why are the athletes having so many issues with this obstacle?
Well, Matt, they say don't mess with Texas. Well, tonight, don't mess with the tilting slider.
In the last few minutes, we saw this deadly obstacle take out more competitors. Matthew Suffolk, a professional hair model from Arlington, Texas. That is some gorgeous salad. Never got a good grip on the pole and had a hard lesson in wash, rinse, repeat. Model Yvette Ontiveros didn't look too pretty going up the track. Once she did, she had no energy left for the transition and splashed down. Oh! And Jeff Kearney, a senior airman in the Air Force Reserves,
he's got to hug this pole,
saw his night end with a crash landing.
At this point, it's already taken out 31 competitors, Matt. If this pace continues, the tilting slider could break the record of 48 fails set by the mini silk slider in Venice a few weeks back.
We'll see how the rest of the night unfolds here in Houston. Now on the starting platform, we have Cassandra Dortch, 27-year-old stay-at-home mom from right here in Houston. Cassandra's husband, Tremaine, has been a Ninja Warrior star the last 3 years, but as Cassandra says, now it's her turn to shine.
Well, he clearly spends a lot of time in the gym. This man is 160 pounds of solid muscle.
My husband has competed on American Ninja Warrior for the past 3 seasons, and he's done an amazing job. I am very proud of him. But there was a part of me that always felt like I wanted people to know that I was strong too. Being a mom is extremely difficult. 1,
2, 3.
Finding the time to train with a child almost feels impossible. It really does. But it's so important to just dedicate that time to yourself.
Training with my wife's fun. We have a great time, and it's even pretty much considered our date night. It's something we're both passionate about, and I think it's brought us closer.
I am super excited that I have the chance to compete on American Ninja Warrior. Super excited. I really want to be the first mom to get up that warped wall.
And look at that sea of green. Team Dortch supporters out here in full effect, ready to cheer on Cassandra. There's Tremaine with their son Uriah.
Well, she's only 5'1", and these are big leaps on the steps, so she's going to take her time. Ooh, those are some big screams, though.
Just amazing for her to get out here. She looks fantastic. Tremaine, obviously
Yes,
a
she does.
specimen. We see both sides of this family are in very good shape.
You got it. Use your legs.
There she is. She's taking a real methodical approach here, being very careful, and that's smart. You don't want to go out there on the quintuple steps. That's not what you came here for.
She is an athlete, grew up a skilled dancer, even competed on the show So You Think You Can Dance.
So you think you can reach the handles, Cassandra? Come on, 5'1", do it.
Look at the intensity on this mother's face.
She wants it. Tilt that tilting slider. Tilt that tilting slider, Cassandra Dortch.
She went through childbirth. This is nothing.
Grab hard. You got it.
I can tell you right now, this is a great opportunity. Every course she... Oh!
Okay.
Love the momentum, just couldn't hold on, Akbar.
Well, she had a perfect swing and was in perfect position, but just couldn't lock down her grip on the pole. We've seen that so many times on this obstacle.
I guess I just didn't get a good grip on it.
Well, up next is a dad, and he is a self-proclaimed nerdy dad. 25-year-old Ryan McCoy works in the oil industry, but nothing is more important to him than his daughter.
Oh, you better run. You better run.
Lily. My daughter's name is Lily Isabella McCoy. Oh, I got you. When she was born, the second I saw her, everything came second. Lily on top, and then everything else falls after. There's been nights where I've skipped training just because as I'm backing out of the driveway, I'll see her little face pressed against the window and just like, I can't. I just want to go play with her now. Ninja parenting was kind of a workout technique my wife and I developed. Hey. Ninja parenting allows me to continue doing ninja, but I get my daughter involved with it. Now reach this way. There you go. Lily motivates me and makes me want to do everything better. You know, there's some obstacles where I'm going, I don't know if I'm gonna get this. And then I hear, Dad! I'm looking over and she's waving at me and I wave back and I go, yeah, I can knock this out real quick. Seeing my daughter will definitely have a calming effect on me when I'm running the course. I'm really excited to give it a shot.
And there's little Lily with Ryan's wife, Tess. Tess actually expecting their second child soon. Ryan McCoy looks like he could still pass for a high school kid, a bit on the nerdy side. But if there's anything we've learned on American Ninja Warrior, it's that you can't judge a book by its cover. Bounding through the quintuple steps, a lot easier to do without a baby strapped to you, I'm sure.
Ooh, what is that? Ryan needs to work on his dance moves.
5'11", 158, good strength to weight ratio.
Well, he trains regularly at Sam Sand's gym. He's got a lot of experience on obstacles with or without kids on his back.
And he's really kipping that body well.
Good job. That was a great one right there.
Up there. This is the guy who has a job as an ethanol scheduler. He controls the amount of gas that's sent to gas stations. If he screws up, the pumps go dry. And Lily is one happy girl right now. Again, only 158 pounds.
I used to be 158 once upon a time, but not anymore.
Grade?
Good. He's trying something different. He's going up the edge of the cargo net, and I think that's smart, Matt. It's tighter over there, and it puts less strain on the forearms.
Again, I like that body kipping that he used on the tilting slider. Let's see if it serves him here on the cargo crossing.
Boy, you saw the kip that he made.
Great job.
You knew he was going to have it. Take a picture, post it on Instagram. Ryan McCoy is coming after this course.
This self-proclaimed geek says he was never a great athlete growing up, yet here he is staring down the fifth obstacle. Proof once again that athletes on American Ninja Warrior come in all shapes and sizes with all different skill sets.
And he is enjoying this. Folks, this is what this show is all about.
All right, but let's get real right now. The swinging spikes is a little tricky. That fifth spike, it's a bungee one. The fifth and eighth spike are bungee, and it usually throws the competitors off.
Arms starting to straighten out. That's not a good sign.
You don't want to be pulling before you get to the fifth. He's pulling on it.
But I liked it. He preloaded it. That's good.
He preloaded. Now he's waiting, Matt.
That's where the 5'11" comes into play.
You see it now. He's doing the eye swing.
Look at the determination on his face. Does he have? He can go for the dismount here.
He can, Matt. But this is challenging. This is challenging.
Look at this. He's on the final spike. Running out of energy. Can he make it? He's done it. And he is in disbelief. 14 feet away from the city finals, and he's used to scaling this wall with Lily strapped to his chest, so this should be easy. And the crowd cheering him on. The improbable story of double finger.
He is ready right now.
You get it back.
Ryan McCoy, welcome to the warped wall.
Unbelievable. He is the real McCoy hitting the buzzer.
That's all you want there.
An unknown rookie takes this course by storm, and Lily can't even watch. She's so excited.
Let's compare Ryan McCoy's transition off the tilting slider to Cassandra Dortch's. As you can see, Cassandra didn't kick her lower body up enough to propel herself to the pole. Ryan, on the other hand, really thrusted his lower body upward. Cassandra then caught the pole on her descent, which puts more strain on the hands, while Ryan grabbed the pole before he started his descent downward. That is how you tackle the tilting slider.
So Ninja Parenting helps rookie Ryan McCoy find a spot amongst the veterans atop our leaderboard, becoming just our fourth finisher here in Houston. Coming up, she went where no woman had ever gone before. Now Mighty Casey makes her return.
5 feet nothing is back.
But up next, this accountant can crunch the numbers and crush the course
That's not what most people would expect.
when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. While we were away, Eric McKeithen, a 26-year-old personal chef from Cedar Hill, Texas, tried for a sideways technique on the spinning log, but got burned in the end. Five-time veteran and former American gladiator Evan the Rocket Dollard launched onto the course, but lost his grip on the fourth swinging spike and fell back down to earth. And the Rocket is done. Jeff Lancaster, a 29-year-old returnee sporting a new aerodynamic hairdo, was able to scale the warp wall with ease. He'll be taking his new cue ball look to the city finals.
That's what I'm talking about!
Our next competitor is someone who knows Jeff very well, his sister Jill. She's a 30-year-old corporate tax accountant from Houston who's out to prove this beauty can also be a beast.
When someone asks me, what do you do for a living? And I tell them I'm an accountant, they say, are you sure? Because you don't look like an accountant. They kind of look for someone who's quiet, keeps to themselves, maybe a little bit nerdy. Not me. So, you know, I don't look like your normal ninja, I guess. But I have a competitive spirit. And my brother challenged me to try out for the show. And we definitely are ready to be the first brother-sister competitors that make it to Vegas. And I definitely think it would be really cool if we can succeed in our goal.
And there is Jill's brother, Jeff, who just finished the qualifying course. No brother-sister combo has ever advanced to a city finals. Jill and her brother, Jeff, both train at Sam Sand's gym here in Houston. Seems like everyone here has trained there at some point.
And Sam Sand told me 24 people from his gym are competing here in Houston.
Oh, slight stumble there on the 5th step, but keeps her balance and makes it through.
5'3" and only 105 pounds. A good ratio here as she takes on the tilting slider.
Small, but she is an athlete, ran track, was on the drill team, was a cheerleader at Tomball High School, just minutes from where we are tonight. And to build up momentum for that transition. Oh! Can't hold on, goes down. And the tax accountant, Jill Lancaster, is all wet.
Good job. I guess I just didn't squeeze as hard as I should have. I'm really disappointed.
Like so many others, Jill had a good swing and got both hands on the pole, but she just didn't have the grip strength to clamp down and hold on.
And with that fall, Jill Lancaster becomes the 51st victim at the hands of the tilting slider, setting a new American Ninja Warrior record. That obstacle has been nothing short of diabolical tonight. Up next, a guy we've been looking forward to. This is Artis Thompson III, or AT3. As you can see, has the prosthetic leg. That hasn't stopped him from being a personal trainer, football player, and maybe a finisher here on this course tonight.
When I turned 18, I made the decision to play semi-pro football. I've been playing for the Forbidden Sabercats ever since I graduated from high school. It was February 21st, 2012, when I hit a bump in the road, which caused me to lose control of my bike and actually go down. My left leg was caught in the chain and pretty much severed. My initial reaction was, I'm gonna die on the side of the road right here. You know, I was like, I can't do this. I can't die here. I've gotta get up. I've gotta stay awake. When I arrived at the hospital, they couldn't save my leg. I was told that I wouldn't be able to play football anymore and that it would take 8 months before I walked again. Within 3 months, I literally walked out of the clinic with my prosthesis and went to the gym. I returned to football 7 months after my accident. And I was able to do everything I did before. I see American Ninja Warrior as the opportunity to not only overcome another challenge, but to show others that there is nothing that you can't do. If you want to achieve something, be dedicated to it, and you'll make it happen.
Just a remarkable story. And there's AT3's godfather, Gerald, his brother, DeAndre, and his mom, Ethel. We've had a couple of amputees compete before, but Artis is a little different. This guy has legit athletic skills, and his goal is to make it up the wall.
And just look at his agility. He's going through these steps like it's nothing.
Well, just a physical specimen, 5'7", 190 pounds of muscle.
And he plays linebacker on his football team, one of the most physically demanding position on the field.
And now the transition on the tilting slider, which has taken out so many. And AT3 through the tilting slider, and the crowd going crazy. Well, told us earlier, the spinning log is the obstacle that worried him most, and now he is staring it down. Oh! Crushing disappointment. You know how badly wanted to finish this course.
The spinning log was the obstacle that Artis was worried about, and you can see his first step got the log spinning slightly, With his second step, his prosthetic leg never got any traction and just slid right out from underneath him.
Right now, Artist Thompson standing by with Christine.
Artist, the crowd loves you. They loved watching you up there. Take me through that spinning log.
Basically, I couldn't get my footing down, and I missed it. I mean, being able to be here is good. It's rewarding, but I'm sorry, I'm a competitor. I hate losing more than I love to win. I'm greedy. I want it all.
That was a great run out there. Artist, thank you.
Still to come, he looks like a rock star. But Daniel Gill may be the next ninja star.
I'm gonna do what I love, which is run obstacles.
And up next, Ashley Hayek was just inches from death.
I think American Ninja Warrior saved my life.
Her remarkable story of survival when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to Houston, where our athletes are battling to finish this course, or at least make it far enough to lock up a spot in the city finals. While we were away, 22-year-old kinesiology student Dylan Gates schooled everyone on body movement as he flew up the warp wall with the second fastest time of the night so far. What a run out of Dylan Gates. A father and son team also took on the course. David Yarder, a 24-year-old gym owner from Spring Branch, Texas, was owned by the last swinging spike. Yarder goes out. His 55-year-old father, Vance, made it to the fifth obstacle as well, only to suffer the same fate as his son. Oh, and just like that, the hands give out. But right now, both Yarders are in the top 30. If they stay there, they'll be the first father-son duo to advance to a city finals. On the course right now, a man who knows a thing or two about making it to the city finals, 48-year-old Sam Sand. He's finished the qualifying course each of the last 2 years.
They say everything is big in Texas, and so is the heart of Sam Sand. He is moving.
Sam's the man here in Houston. 24 athletes competing tonight, train at his gym here in town.
And look at him. He's going up the side of the cargo net the way we saw his disciple Ryan McCoy do it earlier tonight.
Remember, this is a 6-foot gap.
Boy,
such good core control.
He just traveled 6 feet on that one.
And comes down to hard impact. That ankle okay, though. Now let's see what he's got on the swinging spikes.
Sam says his leaping ability and agility aren't his strengths, but that his upper body is. So that should play well here on the spikes.
Look at that, testing it out. There it is.
What a great mental approach. That's why Sam Sand is one of the greats here.
Now be careful. These things, they move all of these spikes move differently. That's
great
it.
Approach out of Sam Sand. He figured it out. That last spike tripped up a lot of people, but not Sam. I love watching this guy perform, Akbar.
Sam Sand has a lot of his students here
and look
watching.
At this. Oh!
A little pause. A little pause. Oh! That's some showmanship. He's kissing the wall.
Sam Sand is back.
Look at that. Look at that. Uh-oh. It's coming off.
Everybody's loving it except maybe his daughter. This is a little awkward, but look at that celebration.
Dad!
Yeah, buddy. What a fantastic run. Sam Sand going back to the city finals.
Thank you, Houston. Thank you for all your support. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Sam Sand gets to the top of the wall on his first try and then says, hey, how about a little love for the warped wall? A little showmanship here in Houston.
And one of Sam's top prodigies heading to the starting platform now, 27-year-old Ashley Hayek. She's a project manager for a construction company. Ashley's been training at Sam's gym for only 8 months, but it's training she says has not only prepared her for tonight, may have saved her life.
3 months ago, I was outside my driveway gate. I heard a car coming up behind me. The guy in the passenger seat jumped out. He grabbed me with a knife to my throat. So we started wrestling in the front yard. He said, "Stop fighting or I'm gonna kill you." And I knew that I couldn't stop fighting because I could die. So we started wrestling and some more. I made him drop the knife. Finally, he just got my purse off my arm and left. I think American Ninja Warrior saved my life. Because had I not been training, I wouldn't have had the strength. I think by getting back out there and running the course and giving it my all, I hope that it inspires other women, whether it's physical, emotional, any obstacle that they face. You can find the strength to push you through. I've been training really, really hard, and I'm ready.
And there are Ashley's parents, as well as her aunt and uncle, out to support her in what must be a very emotional night for all of them. So determined, so resilient, incredible to think what she's been through.
And let me tell you, she is one tough cookie. You know, she manages million-dollar construction sites, and at 5'6", 115 pounds, she's gonna get through these quintuple steps.
And that's not surprising. Ashley spent a year as a dancer for the Houston Rockets. And showing a little bit of those dance skills right there.
That was good. You know, Sam San told me that when she came into his gym on the first day, she was wearing a sequined outfit.
Well, sounds a lot like the outfit she's rocking right now. She's making it work for herself.
Sequins or not, she's got something going on here. She's shining.
Great transition.
You can tell. I could tell the focus there.
And there's her coach, Sam San. He likes what he sees from Ashley so far. This is a girl who grew up in Victoria, Texas, a tiny town, hunting deer and hogs, not your typical girly girl.
That was easy.
And Ashley Hayek now moves on to try the cargo crossing. Oh, and surprisingly not a good leap out of the Duncan dancer, and Hayek ends up wet.
Well, it's an 8-foot jump to the cargo net, but look at those fingers, so close. She got no lift off on the springboard, and her fingers just couldn't grab the bar.
Just should have went a little bit harder.
Well, still such an impressive run for a woman who has overcome so much this past year. Well, you can see her right there. Casey Catanzaro starting to warm up, ready to make another magical run. We'll see her in just a few minutes. Coming up, he could be the next ninja superstar, an opera singer with phenomenal ninja skills. Yet everyone just wants to talk about his hair.
I love it. It's kind of my trademark.
When American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to qualifying night here in Houston, Texas. While we were away, math tutor Dylan St. John of Corinth, Texas, told everyone to fear the beard. What he should have said was fear the spinning log. Personal trainer Tremaine Dortch got farther than his wife Cassandra, who ran earlier. This dude is determined. And secured another spot in the city finals. And beloved ninja Abel Gonzalez of Edinburgh, Texas, who last year finished both the qualifying and finals courses in Dallas as an unknown walk-on, picked up where he left off and hit the buzzer once again here in Houston.
Abel Gonzalez has just done it!
Next up, one of the top trainers at Sam San's gym for years, who at 21 is finally getting his chance to compete. It's Daniel Gill. I've been waiting to see this guy run for a while, Akbar. Sam says this kid is a phenomenal athlete and a renaissance man if ever there was one.
I knew that I wanted to participate in American Ninja Warrior from the very first season, and nothing was going to stop me. Last year, I had the drive and the strength to do it, but I was only 20. When I finally turned 21, I was so stoked. I've been training so hard, putting in those hours, doing everything I can. It's a passion of mine. But growing up, I had a different passion. With opera, you get to be big, you get to be explosive and loud and proud. Opera has really helped me maintain my composure under pressure so I can keep a level head while I'm performing in Ninja Warrior, because I've had to learn how to do that with opera. As an unknown 21-year-old rookie on Ninja Warrior, I want to surprise people. I want to show them what I've got. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to blow them away.
There's Daniel's girlfriend, Abigail.
You think they use the same hair products?
Daniel tells us he eventually wants to pursue an opera career, but for now, focused on American Ninja Warrior.
That Kenny G hair making him do some smooth adult contemporary moves through the quintuple steps.
One of the trainers at Sam Sand's gym said he and Sam joke about who has the coolest hair.
Well, right now it's not about the hair. Daniel is cruising. This is the fastest pace we've seen tonight.
Well, this is a guy who didn't compete in any sports in either high school or college. Said he was spending most of his time focused on his singing.
He has got the Houston crowd behind him.
This guy does a lot of work with youth and youth ministries, locking in his feet. He's got an aggressive pace, but that could be a mistake, Aqua, relying solely on the upper body here.
Matt, he's waited too long at 21 years old. He's waited this opportunity to be able to come out here and compete on American Ninja Warrior.
But a great transition.
Look at this.
And he has the fastest pace of the night thus far.
Well, the top time to this point is Brent Stephenson's 1 minute 49 seconds, and Gil's got a shot at that.
Let's see what kind of grip strength he has left here on the swinging spikes.
We've seen rookies come out of nowhere and become stars. I've got a sneaky suspicion that Mr. Gill here is going to be a star right now.
Wow!
Look at that, he's going for a record time right now.
This guy, look at the smile on his face.
Look at this, just attached the warp wall.
And he is blowing away this course, the fastest time of the night, and the best hair thus far, Daniel Gill, the lion's mane. Hey, Gill, how does that hair look so good? What's the secret?
Practice.
Well, that has to be our Palm Crazy Healthy run of the night. Daniel Gill flew through this course, finishing 20 seconds faster than the previous leader, Brent Stephenson. Fantastic debut by the 21-year-old rookie.
Let's go to Christine, who's standing by with the man of the night thus far, Daniel Gill.
You have never competed on this
No, I
course
haven't.
before. How did it feel to be at the top of the warp wall?
It was a dream come true. It really was. I was too young last year, so did as many different different local competitions as possible. Been training every day, and finally got my shot. So I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna prove it this year that I can go all the way.
Well, the training paid off, and we're going to see you in the city finals.
Awesome, thank you.
Guys.
So 21-year-old rookie Daniel Gill vaults to the top of our leaderboard, leapfrogging Ninja legend Brent Stephenson, adding his name to the list of finishers here in Houston. Talk about inspiration. Look who's up next. Casey Catanzaro is headed to the start line, and we have been waiting all night for this. Her run when we come back. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where this crowd is on its feet. It is time for the most anticipated run of the season, and it feels like the entire city of Houston is here in attendance. They're all here to watch that woman, Casey Catanzaro, the star of American Ninja Warrior last season, make her return. The question on everyone's mind is simple. Can Mighty Casey do it again?
Last season in the Dallas qualifiers, I was the first woman to get up the warped wall.
Catanzaro looking to make history.
Being able to make that happen in front of all of those people was definitely a dream come true.
She's about to do the impossible for a second time.
When I hit that buzzer in Dallas in the city finals,
Casey Catanzaro has done it!
I had no idea how much the world would care, and it's been an awesome ride since then. It was amazing how fast that run grew over the internet. I love how so many people have kind of taken to my story. I've had a lot of women come up to me and say that I've inspired them because I'm only 5 feet tall.
Casey Catanzaro gives girls just this confidence and just to show that it is possible.
She was a big inspiration of why I decided to send in a submission video.
I saw Casey get up the warp wall last year, and if she can do it, I should get off the couch and at least try.
It was extremely amazing to see a woman really kind of show the men that we're just as capable of being in a competition against them.
If Casey can do it, then it's possible.
We're all grateful to her because it gave us a sense of empowerment.
That's right, ladies!
It does definitely feel like I have a whole nation of people kind of sitting on my shoulders and expecting me to do really well. And in one way, that's really flattering. But on the other end, it definitely is a lot of pressure because I don't want to let all of those people down or let myself down. But mentally, I know that I'm ready, I'm focused, I want it more than ever, and I just want to get there and I want to hit that buzzer.
There's Casey's family along with her boyfriend Brent Stephenson, who finished the course earlier tonight. Everyone is on their feet here in Houston as mighty Casey gets set to run.
She completely broke the glass ceiling that was the warped wall for women, set the new standard. Now she's coming in with expectations and pressure. An entire nation knows who this woman is.
She has to be super focused. All eyes are on Casey Catanzaro.
Nice 2-foot technique here on the quintuple steps. Looking great.
It's a long reach for the 5-foot-tall Casey Catanzaro, or as she likes to say, 5 foot nothing.
Big swings, Casey, push it.
And only 100 pounds. The tilting slider is all about strength to weight ratio, and hers is one of the best.
We all know her story was the NCAA Gymnast of the Year at Towson University in Maryland.
Oh! Did you see how high she got?
You'll remember last year, she really fed off the Dallas crowd during her historic runs, doing the same here tonight. See those young girls on the edge of their seats. It's amazing the inspiration this woman has become for girls all around the country.
Such balance. Brent really felt relief getting through it this year. Casey, so much pressure, so much expectations, but she continues to answer the bell.
But Casey says this is the obstacle that worries her the most. There are some big jumps for someone her size.
She is so small, but so mighty. It's amazing to think with the rock climbing, she's even stronger than she was last year.
She has redefined what people see as strength. No longer is it the big muscle bodybuilding type. Casey Catanzaro at 5 feet, 100 pounds, doing her thing.
Akbar, she is really swinging her body here, trying to close that gap to the trapeze bar.
Yeah, but it's not smooth at all. Look at the hitch in her swing. That net is kicking back on her. I don't know if she... Oh, what?
Can't make the transition, and the mighty Casey comes up short on the cargo crossing. Utter disbelief, Akbar.
What?
But the crowd rewarding her. They absolutely love her.
She just didn't time her release correctly. Look at it. When she lets go of the bar, she's 6 feet away. If she held on a little bit longer and timed her release differently, she would have had a much shorter jump. She gave it everything she had, but came up just a few inches short.
Let's go down to Christine.
I'm gonna give you a hug first, Casey.
It's gonna be wet, I'm sorry.
Casey, the cargo crossing is the one that you told me that you were concerned about going into this. Tell me what you're feeling right now.
When I got on that bar and I was looking up at the silver one, I was swinging and I was like, all right, I'm getting pretty high here. Once you go to jump for it, it kind of throws back and I fell a little bit short. So I'm just happy I didn't make a silly mistake. Went out there, left it all on the course, and it's okay.
What do you have to say to your fans?
Thank you for all the support. I love you guys so much. I'll be training super hard for my next shot.
We love to hear that, Casey. We love you. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to let you go over to Brent. I know you want a hug.
Just a heartbreaking moment. Casey's certainly one of the most beloved ninjas out here. But remember, Akbar, we could still see her in Vegas if she gets one of the wild cards.
And I think she totally deserves one, just based on what she did last year. So this may not be the last we've seen of the mighty Casey.
But this night was not without its amazing moments. Daniel Gill sits atop our leaderboard with a blazing run in his debut. Other finishers include veteran Tremaine Dortch at number 7, and sitting in 11th, the ageless wonder Sam Sand. We fill out the field with those that went the farthest, the fastest, and that includes the human panther Anthony Scott, and our first father-son duo to make it to the city finals, 55-year-old Vance Yarder and his 27-year-old son David Yarder. We'll see them all back here in a few weeks. Next week, we head to Universal Orlando Resort, where we're building our course right in the middle of the park. It's gonna be something special. For Akbar Bajbi Amila and Christine Leahy, I'm Matt Eisman. We'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.
He's ready to take on the challenge of his life.
I may be a rookie, but I'm ready to make a giant impact on this course.
And he's been told it's impossible.
I've been told that at 40 years old, you've lost your prime. I'm here to prove this wrong.
Next Monday, father and son won't just inspire each other. They will inspire all of us.
He's gonna do it!
All new American Ninja Warrior, next Monday at 8/7 Central here on NBC. The Island is all new and starts right now here on NBC.